All right, good afternoon. We are live. And as soon as I go live, my bird starts playing with his toys. Great. All right.
All right, good
Oh,
afternoon.
I had my live stream on so you could hear that as well. Okay, I'm turning that off. All right, so today is May 4th, so it is Star Wars Day. Maple, really? Really? Can you stop, please? I apologize. Hopefully that's not too distracting, but you can let me know if it is, and I'll try to stop him from ringing his bells and making a lot of noise. All right, so we're going to draw BB-8 today. So this should be really simple. Emily says my music's a little low, so we're going to pump that up a little bit. All right, so I'm going to bring this over here. Just did a Google search for BB-8, and yeah, so we're just going to go right into it. So this will be fun because we're using minimal colors and circles. So yeah, this will be really fun, really easy, and a great way to celebrate Star Wars Day, I think. So we're gonna make a new screen oh my gosh, what am I saying? New canvas, and the screen size. Screen size I don't really like, so I like the square. Is normally what I go for. And I'm just gonna go ahead and change the background color right off the bat because BB-8 is white with shadows, so that makes them a little bit gray. But I'm gonna make. Oh my gosh, why is my iPad pencil? My pencil's not working. Hang on. Technical difficulties. Why is it not showing up? Come on. No! I know, maybe. Let's do that. So, let's cancel this. And we'll open up Photoshop. I am terribly sorry about that. I guess, I just forgot to charge my Apple Pencil. And I don't have anything to plug it in with because it goes right into the lightning bolt slot. So that is my bad. So just give me a couple minutes here. You know what? We'll be right back. All right, we're back, and we have Illustrator open. Again, I apologize for that. That is totally my fault. We're gonna roll with the punches here. So we're gonna remove this iPad from my area here, and I'll go ahead and charge my pencil. So next week it should be good. So we are just gonna use shapes in Illustrator to create this drawing. So, like I was saying before, I want the background to be a different color. So why is this all look wonky? This looks weird. I want my layers. Layers. Okay, we got layers. I want color. Now, let's see if we can. There we go. Get a layout, refocused, reset and stuff. So Essentials Classic. No. Alright, Essentials is fine. We're going to make a square, and we're going to remove the stroke, And we're going to change the color. I'd say a light blue is fine. That'll actually look nice because he's white with orange, and orange and blue are complementary colors. So we're going to do that. Make it kind of nice blue. And then I'm going to lock it because I don't want to move that layer anymore. I'm going to make a new layer. And let's pick a reference image. I think this one's good. Make sure we can see it. Ellipse Tool. So we're going to, click and drag, and as you can see, it's kind of, making all these kinds of ellipses. So we're going to press the Shift key on our keyboard so it stays. What do you call it? It doesn't, like, move around. I don't know what that's actually called. We're going to change the color to white. Alright. So we kind of want to cut it in half. Not directly in half, I'd say just a little bit below. So I'm going to take a rectangle there, and I'm going to put both of them, and I'm going to use the Shape Builder tool, which is this one, and it kind of looks like I say it looks like a snowman on its side with like a little cursor on it. So we're going to use that. I'm just making sure my volume is on. Alright. So, the way to use a Shape Builder tool is you have to hold the option. Okay? And this is actually really helpful because these 2 points now are going to help us make this sort of indent on his head. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to just like hold the Shift. Let's see. Maybe I don't. Forget that. Okay, forget that. So we're just going to leave it at this kind of half circle. Okay. So I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to make a point there. Just making my points. Okay. And then we're going to kind of squish it like that. And then this we can just, make it a lighter gray, just to give it that little shadow. Okay. I also think this could be a little squished. Squish down. Maybe we want to move this a little bit over. No, I don't like that either. A lot of this is trial and error, because we're working with simple shapes, but it does have some complexity to them. So I want to make this go a little bit more to the right, and this one go more to the left, like that. Okay. So let's call this the head. And then we're going to make a new layer underneath that because we want this to be the body, and it's kind of slightly, it looks like it's behind the head, but it really is underneath it. But just to make things a little bit simpler, we can put it behind. So I'm going to make a big circle. My Illustrator program is bugging out. And we want it in the center. And we're going to make it white. Alright, it turned white, but I don't want a stroke. So this is why we put it behind. Because if it was in front, it would look funny. I want it behind. So we're just going to get basic shapes, kind of out and about, and then we'll fix them up. So the next thing I want to do is, let's see, maybe we'll draw some of the features on his head here. So he's got a big dark circle up here, which is, I guess, his eye? Would you call it his eye? Guess you would, right? Okay, and then I'm just gonna Alt and click and drag it over, make a smaller one. hold the shift key so it stays in proportion. That's the word, proportions. Okay. And the other thing I'm going to do, just because I'm right here, I'm going to copy this and paste it in front. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, and then I'm going to switch. It's not going to have a black fill with no stroke. It's going to be a black stroke with no fill. I'm going to increase the stroke, and there we have that kind of outline around that part of his face. I'm not even sure what that really is. But we'll just go with it. Alright, so let's look at the top of his head. He's got some antennas. He's got this kind of gray thing. So, yeah, Maple, I know you want attention. Alright, so we're going to use a shape builder tool for this too. So this will be really cool. So, I'm going to make this a darker gray. And kind of goes up near the top more like that. Just a little bit of white is showing up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this gray shape that we just made and the white shape builder. And then remember, I'm going to press the Alt, click and drag, click and drag. Okay, and then the cool thing is that this is still like a live shape, so I can still like, you know, mess with it and stuff, but it's good for now. Okie doke. Let's go ahead and make those lines, those darker lines. For lines, I usually just use the rectangle tool. I just make it really skinny. That's just how I do things. But, you know, you can use the line tool. I just find it easier to manipulate the squares when I make them into lines. Make sure it's centered, like so. And, alright, so we're going to have to figure out a way to make them kind of, you know, it's centered in the middle, and it's like straight up and down, and then it kind of gets, you know, tilted because he's a circle, so those lines are, you know, the perspective is different. So I'm gonna do the 2 on the right, and then we're just gonna copy it and flip it, and you know, it'll mimic the ones on the right, and it'll look I don't even know what this is. It's like a, you know, I just kind of think of like a plate with lines, and then you just kind of like hold it at an angle, and that's just kind of like the perspective. So gonna copy this. I know I'm probably not making any sense. We're gonna 16 degrees. That's pretty good. That looks just about right. I'm gonna zoom in because I need to see what I'm doing. Okay. And then we're gonna copy that, and we're gonna tilt this more. Like that. Maybe a little bit more. And the way I'm doing this too, pro tip, is I have a mouse, so that's how I'm clicking everything, and then my laptop is right in front of me, so I'm using the trackpad to pinch with my fingers and zoom in and zoom out. So it just makes the process a little bit easier. And then I also move around my canvas with my 2 fingers, and I kind of slide around. Alright, so now we're going to use the shape builder tool again, my favorite tool. Okay, we're going to click these. We can click both of these. Oh, let me think about something for a second. Okay, this should work. Then we're going to Alt. If you make a mistake, just undo. Okay. Alright. And this I can just move to the right a little bit. And I want to click these 2, deflect, transform, reflect, and then transform it vertical. And that is how you do that. Kind of looks like hair. I don't think I did the angle as steep as I should have, but that's okay. Okay, let's what should we do? What should we do? Should we do these little orange things? Let's do that. So same kind of concept. Let's get an orange fill. That's pretty spot on, so we're going to use that. I feel like maybe a little bit lighter. Yeah, something like that. Okay. And just so I can make sure that it's directly, like, you know, the exact length I want it to be, I'm just going to center it like this. Okay. Like that. And then I'm going to copy it, paste it, and I'm going to put the center of that on the edge as well. Just like that. So this center point, I want it to be on the edge. And now it's equidistant. I don't know if that's the word. Okay, we're gonna select these. You know what? They have a black outline too, but I really want it to be like no outlines, so I think I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm gonna use a shape builder, and I'm going to remove those pieces. All right, starting to look like BB-8 a little bit. All right, so one thing I forgot to put is this kind of, I don't know, edge, I would say, like this darker gray. So let's take our rectangle tool, make it dark gray. You know what? I want it to be that same gray that I used here. So color picker, right, like that. And see kind of what I did wrong here. I'm gonna do that. And go to the other side. Line this up, and then do that. Okay. I think this head needs to be a little bit lower. All right, like that. Okay. All right, the other thing I'm gonna do is do this part. It's a smaller circle. Copy it, paste in front, and make a smaller one. Cool. So now we're going to make these other pieces here. So I have this square and it's colored gray, but I want it this orange. So I'm just going to use the eyedropper tool and just select that. Okay. My bird wants attention. But I won't give it to him. He doesn't know that I'll play with him later, you know, he just wants the attention right now. He's like, please, get me out of my cage. These bigger circles are going to be harder to do. All right, I kind of like this flat style. I think it's cool. All right, cool. So now, all right, this is gonna be the hard part. So, and we'll go back and make those little lines and stuff. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? So these aren't directly like, it doesn't have this, what do you call it? Straight up and down, is it 90 degree? Yeah, 90 degree. No, not 90 degree. I don't know. This straight line up and down. So I'm gonna use the direct selection tool, click on this anchor, and I'm gonna shift and go to use the left arrow key, and that way it just kind of moves. I think it's by like 10 pixels or something. I think you can adjust how many pixels, it moves when you hold the shift key, but I don't want to do like increments because otherwise, one, it'll be uneven, and two, it would take forever. So, you can do it like that, but I'm just gonna hold the shift key and go to the right. All right, so that's one detail that I forgot. Okay, to the hard part. What are we gonna do with this? So, let's take it away from, let's go off to the side. So we just want to look at the shape. So it's obviously a circle. And, all right, let me think. We want to, please, can you stop me while I'm trying to teach? Please? We're gonna copy this, copy in front. Sorry, paste in front. We're going to, make it, hopefully you can see this, do the thickness of this kind of circle. I'm gonna select both, and we're gonna minus front. So we have this kind of donut shape. Now I need these kind of cylinder looking things. One here, one there, one there, and one there. So it kind of is like, it's kind of like in a cross or like a plus sign. So how we're gonna do that? We're going to, let's use the rectangle tool and then we'll round it. I think that would be the best bet. Something like that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just go over by 4 or 5 pixels on each side, so it kind of has a little bit of a point to it, but not too much. All right, cool. So we have that. We're going to copy, and we're going to flip it around. And there we go. So now I'm going to take these two, I'm going to copy them, paste in front, and then rotate. All right, so we have that shape. So that's awesome. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of it, and I'm going to merge all the layers because I just don't want to accidentally click one and have it move around, and I don't want that. So they also, it kind of has like these little screw things, so we're also going to do that technique that we did before, where we have the circle, make it stroke, and we're going to make it black, and copy it, paste in front, and make a smaller circle. Okay. And this goes there, just like that. Copy. Oh, I have selected. I don't want that. I just want the two circles. Nope. Copy, paste in front, and rotate. All right, so kind of have something going on here. I'm just looking. Okay. It has these kind of lines that I guess we need to define as well. So once we do this one time, then we can just copy it on the other sides of him. All right, let me see what I'm doing here. Okay, so I'm gonna take this point, and I see that there's like a line there, so I'm gonna make a line there. And this time I'll just use the pen tool. Okay, just like that. All right, simple. I'm just gonna copy this and bring it over here because there's a circle there. Looks like, it's fine. Okay. All right, it looks like there's gonna be another line here. Just do that. And then there is another line here. No, here. Here, it's right there. Okay. Okay. So, how should I do this? I can click there, click here, and I can... Nope, or it doesn't work. Oh, I'm hungry. My stomach is growling. Okay, we're gonna use the Ellipse Tool. Okay, we're going to... I already got this. Alright, we're gonna make a circle and go like that. Okay. Then we're going to line it up so, you know, it's connecting in the center like that. So we're trying to make this line right here. So what I'm going to do for this is I need a specific tool, and it is called, if I can find it, I think it's with this. Yep, the scissors tool. So I'm going to click on the path. So I'm basically snipping it, and I'm going to do the same thing right here. Like that. So now I can take my selection tool, select what I don't need, and delete it. Okay. I'm not going to do this weird shape thing here. I just feel like, I guess I could do it, but we're already 30 minutes in, so we're just going to make these three thick lines, three thick lines, and they're kind of rounded, so we're going to start with a rectangle, make it a fill, and do that. Make it smaller. That's weird. Oh, I guess it's because... Yeah, okay, there we go. It's because of the thickness. So I just want to make sure... Sorry, Illustrator's bugging out. I think it's just too much for it to handle right now. So we're going to do 1 and 2. Can you stop, please? Stop it. Okay, we're going to rotate these a little bit because they're on an angle. And zoom in. And just like that. Shorten them a little bit. Alright, cool. So we have this shape thing. We have this thing. Let's group it. Bring it over and we'll see what we're gonna do with it. Okay. Alright, so the first thing that I want to do is orient it so it's exactly how it is in the picture. Like that. It's definitely too big. Something like that would be good. Alright, so now I'm going to copy it, paste in front, and bring it down here. And now this one is oriented, so these three lines are towards the center. Like that. And I'm just going to have it kind of, you know, peeking off to the side because, you know, we don't really need to see all of it. And so we're going to do the same thing. So this is definitely more of like, you know, there's not too much perspective going on here. We're basically just working with the shapes and just making his form. Celebrating Star Wars Day. Alright, so now these are kind of in place. So I just kind of want to see what they're going to start to look like. So we're going to use the Shape Builder tool now. I'm going to select this and the big one. Actually, I think you select the whole group. Let's see what this looks like because, yeah, I think it'll work. So if we just, yeah, there we go. Just cut away these pieces that we don't need. Oop. All right, one important thing about designing is whatever I made this shape, and let's say I'm deleting all these pieces, and then later down the road, I'm like, wait, I need that whole piece again. Well, I can't really go back because I'm going to do all the progress I just did. So you always want to have a live one. Just have it there. It's fine. It's fine if you don't, touch it or anything like that, but you can hide it, and I can call it like live circle, whatever. So it's a live version of what you're making. So I can always go back, and if I made a mistake, I can just delete that and take a copy of the live version that I made. So the reason why I'm saying this is because, I could like do something really weird. Oops, I just like these two. And I can just totally mess up, and then there's like no real going back. But this way, if you do a logo design or anything like that, it just makes things a lot easier. Get away. I guess. Let me just get rid of that piece. Okay, there we go. That's weird. Get rid of that. Alright, so that's looking good so far. Select these. Use the shape builder tool again. And get rid of these pieces. Awesome. So, one thing I'm seeing is I need another little orange piece here. So I'm going to, oh my gosh, stop it, lagging, please. So I'm going to show you an example. So I don't want to copy one of these. It's fine if you do, I guess, but I'm going to go back to my live piece, and I'm going to just make a copy, hide my live piece again, and then I'm just going to use this. So that's a very simple example of why you want to keep something a live version, So you're not really making any permanent changes to it. You can always take what you made and edit it from there from a copy. I hope that makes sense. What did I just do? I was not paying attention. I was like zoned out for a second. Okay. Oh, I need to hold the Option key. Rob says Maple is feeling the force today, and he is. Because he's forced to stay inside his cage. That was not funny. Why I said that. Okay, so I think we're gonna do without these like weird gray things in the middle of these circles. I think we can do some lines. So, and these kind of like little screw things, it looks like bolts. So what we can do is take these. Oh my god, I'm so hungry. Alright, oh my gosh. It's lagging. Something's happening. We'll take these. Nope, no, because they're in a group. So if I copy something from a group, it'll paste into that group, and I don't really want that. So I'm just going to copy this. Make it smaller. Make the stroke a little bit lighter. And looks like it belongs there. This one looks like it belongs here. Looks like one belongs here. And one belongs here. Okay. Well, I kind of see what's going on, that kind of shape. That's cool. There's these. I'm gonna lock that shape. Thanks, Emily, for liking my joke. I don't know what is wrong with me today. I'm so hungry. My bird's screaming. I didn't charge my Apple Pencil. What's going on? Okay. Let's make a line right there. Let's make a line right here. Oop. Right there. And a line right here. Yay! It's a little, it's a little wonky, but I kind of like that. I kind of like this, like, why do I keep saying like, um, it kind of looks like you took pieces of paper and cut them out. It's kind of like a collage style, flat design. It looks like construction paper that you just kind of cut out and paste. I don't know. I like that effect. So we'll just keep going with it. We're going to copy these, and we're going to do the same thing. Gonna bring it over here. Looks like one is down here. You can't really see it because of the perspective. Come on. Why isn't it a bit wonky, but it's fine. Everything will be okay. Alright, so now we want to do some line work up here, and then we have to do his antennas, and then he's pretty much done. So let's go ahead and do these lines. So it looks like he's going to line here. I'm going to hold the shift key so it makes a straight line. And do that. And looks like it goes all the way over here. So hold the shift key again, make sure it stop it right there. Okay, I'm going to press the return key so it ends that point, and I'm going to start another line here. So it looks like the line kind of connects from this piece. So that's kind of what I want to do. Okay. Oh. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a line, and you'll see why. Oh no. I see why. It copied the properties from the square, so I have to just do this real quick. No. Oh my god. Oh my god, what did I do? Let's undo that. Oh, that effect was kind of cool. Okay. Oh, no, what's going on? Stop it. Stop. I want a line. Please. No. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What is going on? Oh my god. Okay, there we go. I'm having so many technical difficulties today. It's just not my day. Alright. So, we're going to... How are we going to do this? I think my line here is too far up, so I'm going to have to use the direct selection tool, bring it down. Okay. And gonna go back and, connect to it and make this kind of half circle shape around the lens. And it kind of stops here. Oh, that looks so weird. Okay, maybe like that. That. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. What is going on today? I'm just accepting the fact that nothing is going right today, but that's okay. Alright, let's just continue with our wonky BB-8. So, I'm going to make a curve here, end at the point there, and go there, end it there. Come on. Come on. Come on, point. There you go. Alright, come back here. Gonna connect to this. I'm gonna stop it like here. And nope. Stop it there. Make it a rounded edge. And then make it a line like that. Alright, that wasn't so bad. And of course there's people mowing outside. Oh boy, this was much more stressful than I thought it would be. Like, this will be easy. It's gonna be so easy. I think it was gonna be easier with my iPad and Procreate, because you're just drawing lines, and it's just a little bit more organic. This is definitely more geometrical, with the spheres, with the circles, with all the line work. But honestly, I kind of like the outcome. I kind of really like this. So, last thing we're going to do is just do his little antennas and make sure I have everything selected. And I'm just going to make him a little bit smaller. Oh, I forgot one little detail. These are definitely too thick. Okay, I'm going to bring this over here. Something like that. And turn this down. Okay. We did it! We did a thing. Oh no, I see that this has a stroke, and I don't want it to have a stroke, so I'm gonna remove that. Thanks, Emily! And yeah, it's just, the weather is so nice out. It's just, everyone wants to be outside, so. Okay, let's do the last finishing touch, which are gonna be his antennae. So he has two. One looks shorter, one looks much longer, and the tip of it is black. I'm just gonna make sure that that's what he looks like. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that looks pretty easy to make. So I'm gonna do a rectangle, make it really skinny. I'm gonna zoom in, and I'm gonna make it rounded. And put it right there. I'm gonna make another one and make it longer. And make this one shorter. Okay, the very last thing we're gonna do, make this black. Select that square and my little antenna. Take the shape builder tool, press the option key, click and drag. So we have a nice looking antenna. Maybe I want to make this a little bit taller. Okay, we did it! Yay! We survived! We survived this live stream full of complications and technical difficulties, and I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to hang out with me and sit with me with these complications. Design, really anything in the tech field, you end up with things that you just didn't plan, and you have to kind of work around them. So this was a great lesson for me, and a great way to exercise my adaptation, to dealing with different situations. So hopefully this was fun for you to watch. Hopefully you learned something. I hope you draw something Star Wars related today. If you do, be sure to tag us in it, share it with us. We'd love to see it. And go to the DIE.com and see all the awesome classes that we have going on this week. We have an awesome challenge going on this week where we want you to submit a video talking about just a quick thing that you learned from a teacher or a way that a teacher inspired you, because this week is National Teachers Appreciation Week. So we want to give a huge shout out to all our teachers around the world for making such an awesome impact to our students. And also happy Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. And until next time, we'll see you on our next live stream. We'll see you around. Thanks everyone. Take care.